and the new explosive backcourt of Westbrook and Harden. The officials, Tom Washington, Tyler Ford, and Matt.
What's going on? Your boy Veli back with a recap of the game. The other game that was on last night on TNT, Milwaukee Bucks versus the Houston Rockets. And you had your boy Westbrook and the boy James the Beard Harden playing their first game in the Toyota Arena for the regular season, playing against the Milwaukee Bucks, the team that won over 60 games in the East last year. Now, as you can see, the Rockets came up to a big lead. At one point, they was even up by like 10, 13 points, 14 points. And they were looking really unstoppable. The duo of Westbrook and Harden looking like something that is going to be really explosive. You know, when I was talking to my cousin yesterday, I was like, man, I don't really know how Westbrook and Harden are going to play well together. And not because I don't believe that they can, because they did play together before in OKC, but those were some different circumstances. Both of these guys are starting now. Hart was coming off the bench at the time in OKC, different coaching staff, so it was kind of different. And the reason why I said I didn't know how they were going to play together is because of some of the things that I've looked at when you look at the Houston Rockets offense. Now, they are a team that likes to shoot a lot of layups and like to shoot a lot of threes, right? That's the D'Antoni thing, 7 seconds or less offense. That's how he likes to run his offense. But the problem is, right, they traded Chris Paul for Westbrook. The thing is, Westbrook can do a lot of things on the court. He can rebound, he can score, he can get to the paint really easy. He shoots the mid-range. He puts smaller guards in the post. He can pass the ball really good. He averaged triple-double 3 times in a row. The weakness in his game is the three-point shot. He hasn't even shot close to 40%, and I don't even think he ever has done that. It's been probably the 30s or like in the 20s or something like that, the late 20s. And that's not really good. So that's one thing I see has a weakness in his game. So I'm like, man, I don't know how that's going to work because this team like to shoot a lot of threes. Unless they're going to put the ball in James Harden's hands like they were doing, I don't see how it works because Westbrook is just standing around. He's not in the play really because he don't shoot threes, or unless y'all going to put the ball in Westbrook's hands. Now, you can see, you watched the game last night, it was well distributed throughout those two guys because Westbrook, he had finished the game with 7 assists. Harden finished the game with 14 assists. So it looked like it did work. They were playing very well together. It did work last night. For some of the part of the game, it did work. Westbrook almost had a triple-double. He had 7 assists. He had 24 points and everything like that. But the issue that I saw when I watched this game, man, was the defensive end. Defensively, Houston got to improve a lot, man. Like I said, man, it was up by like 14 points, 14, 15 points. And as the game went on, Milwaukee just kept pushing, and they took the lead. And then they eventually took the game. I think that the problem with Houston is they got to defend, man. You got to switch. You got to do what you were doing a couple years ago. I know that you lost some of the players, but you got to keep that same mentality. You know what I mean? And that's how you're going to be able to be one of the best teams. It starts with the defensive end. And last night, I didn't see that. They blew a lead last night. They were supposed to win this game. They were on fire. But the Bucks just kept coming and they kept coming. Houston, as far as the offense, I don't think they're going to have any problems on offense. They play how they played last night as far as offensively. They played very well. The ball was distributed. Like I said, man, Westbrook had 7 assists. This man Harden had 14 assists. So that means that's 2 guys are just moving the ball. That's pretty good. But at the same time, you got to defend. Man, Middleton had 11 points for those guys. The Bucks, 8 rebounds. Giannis had a triple-double in the game, 30, 11, and 13. It was Bledsoe with 11 points, Ilyasova with 11 and 13. He had a double-double. Wes Matthews had 14 points. George Hill had 10 points. And it's just like, man, you got to be able to defend if you're going to be able to be one of the best teams in the West. And they just didn't do that. At the fourth quarter, they outscored these guys 39 to 24 points. Man, that's not going to get it done, man. It's not at all. You can't be giving up no leads like that, having the team scoring 39 points. You only score 24 points in the fourth. That can't happen. And you were at home. That can't happen. So this was their first game. You know, like I said, I'm not going to make a big deal about it, a huge deal, unless I start to see the pattern. You know, but at the same time, this is something D'Antoni and the coaching staff has to look at as defensively. The offense seems like it's going to be good. They're going to be scoring a lot of points. They're playing real fast. So that's not going to be the issue. It's defensively. You see how Giannis was just able to just go to the hole that easily like that, just dunk just now. That can't happen. You got to put those bodies on him, man. And you got to force him to shoot the ball. He made some jumpers. I ain't going to say, he can't make any jumpers. He made some jumpers in this game. But he also airballed a couple jumpers that I even seen Harden kind of ducking. So that tells me that Giannis' jumper is still not quite where it needs to be, but he's kind of working on it. So what they should have did was put him in a position to where he had to shoot the ball a lot. And they didn't do that. And that was part of the reason why they had lost the game. See, another dunk. And that's part of the reason why they lost the game. So you didn't put him in a position to make it difficult for him and made him shoot the ball a lot. He made some jumpers, like I said, but you got to force him to shoot more. He can't be just getting to the hole at will and getting rhythm. And then when he does shoot those jumpers, they're going to be easy to shoot. You know what I mean? Because he's a rhythm guy. He's not a shooter. And we saw last year when Kawhi and the Raptors was able to expose him not being able to shoot the ball very well, they put a wall up. And that's what you're going to have to do for Giannis. You got to force him to shoot the ball, and they didn't do that. So you saw the results. They blew a lead. Rockets lost this game 111-117. Offense, like I said, it's not going to be an issue. This is defensive end, man. You got to defend. You have to defend. You have to defend. You want to win a championship. Defense wins championships, man. So that's what I got to say about that. I like what I saw, though, from Westbrook and Harden from the offensive end. Just defend, man. That's really it. Your boy Villa Jets. I'm out, man. Let's get it.